Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are you doing today? We got another top 5 Young Guns video, and today we will be going over the top 5 2020 undervalued Young Guns heading into the 2022-2023 NHL season. You guys have been absolutely killing it on these videos, so I'd like to thank you guys so much for the support. If you like what you see here, please consider subscribing and give the video a like, help it get out to more people. I really appreciate it. And comment down below if I missed any Young Guns you think are undervalued heading into the next season. And I did want to mention just very quickly that I will be uploading my next video early. So the current schedule is I upload every 3 days, but I'm going to release a video on Monday instead of Tuesday. I'm going to be opening up some Tim Hortons hockey packs, the new cards that come out on Monday, and I want to have it up for release day. So we'll upload that Monday, and then next Thursday we'll open up our second extended series retail box. If you haven't seen us open the first one already, go ahead, check that video out. I really appreciate it. And yeah, let's get into the top 5 2020 Young Guns that I think are undervalued heading into this season. All right, so kicking off the list at number 5, we have a Young Guns from Series 1 of 2020. It's going to be Victor Olsen on the Buffalo Sabres. This one is kind of weird. It scares me. He's selling for like $3 Canadian currently on eBay, which I think's kind of a steal. But he also hasn't been putting up great numbers, and he is in Buffalo, so there's a lot of like risk to it, I guess. The reason I put Olsen on this list is because of that $3 price tag. I think that's just too low considering he's a 2-time 20-goal scorer, and he is still supposed to play on that top line. We'll see if he gets top power play. That's kind of up in the air. Buffalo's got a lot of young guys that they might want to get in over Olsen and just develop. So that also scares me a bit. But for $3, it's not that big of a risk if he doesn't. Like, this card can't go down too much more. I think $3, we're at the very bottom with this card. If Victor Olsen can put together maybe a 30-goal season, this card could easily go up to like $10, maybe $15. Yeah, I could definitely see this card going up. I don't see it going down much more than it already is, so I think it's a good buy. All right, getting on with number 4 on this list. I promise there's no more Buffalo Sabres on this list. It's going to be Noah Dobson's Young Guns, and he's currently selling for around $5 Canadian on eBay, and that's probably fair. I think it's a little undervalued. Noah Dobson had an absolute breakout season. He was fantastic last year, and I think he's going to be quarterbacking this New York Islanders power play, and hopefully they end up scoring some more goals this season. I think they will have a more offensive mindset, but we'll wait and see. I like Dobson a lot. So Noah Dobson was drafted 12th overall by the Islanders in 2019, and last season he registered 51 points in 80 games played. Spectacular breakout season. I think he can even improve on that, and the Islanders struggled to score last year. They did, and he still put up 51 points. Very solid season. I think he can improve on that a lot. If he gets back to 50 points, this card could go up to $10, $15, maybe even $20. I could see it getting that high. I'm not expecting like a Norris caliber season or anything out of Dobson, but I just think this Islanders team should be better in general than last year. And yeah, I'm very high on Dobson. So coming in at number 3 on our list, it's going to be another day, another Leaf on a top 5 list of mine. It's going to be Rasmus Sandin's Young Guns, currently selling for like $10 Canadian on eBay. And he just re-signed with the Leafs. I think it was like 2 years, $1.4 million per. With Liljegren's injury, this opens up a big role for Sandin. That means he can get in the lineup every night. So with hockey cards, offense drives value. Unfortunately, the way it works, they don't really care about defensive stats. You can be a solid defensive defenseman. For example, Colton Parayko, very solid defensive defenseman. His Young Guns is very cheap, like $3 or $5, I think. So Rasmus Sandin needs to get offensive numbers for this card to go up. At $10, the Leafs market will help him, but I think in order for this card to go up, something has to happen to one of the other defensemen to get Sandin a top 4 role. For example, if Morgan Rielly got injured, that would be best case scenario for Rasmus Sandin, because I think he's next in line to get that number 1 PP time that Morgan Rielly currently has. I think he could slot in on that power play with those lethal offensive weapons and really take control of that power play and take that next step. But there's a lot of like ifs and things that got to go right for this card to actually reach his potential. I think this card has a lot of potential. I don't see it going down too much unless something were to happen to Sandin, like he gets traded or something. But yeah, I like Rasmus Sandin. No, if you are going to invest in this card, you're betting on the breakout. Last season, he registered only 16 points in 51 games. That's not enough to have like decent hobby value as a defenseman. The only reason his card is $10 is because he does play in the Toronto market, so that will help him. If he is playing well, his card will probably grow faster because of the Toronto market. But just know, before purchasing this Young Guns, you're betting on a breakout and you are taking a risk. All right, coming in at number 2 on our list, it's going to be a former Toronto Maple Leaf. It's going to be Ilya Mikheyev, currently now playing for the Vancouver Canucks. They gave him a whole bag of money, and it looks like he's going to get a top 6 role, which was kind of surprising to me. I've personally never been the biggest fan of Mikheyev, but for $5 Canadian on eBay, he's currently selling for. If he's going to be playing this Vancouver top 6, that's something I don't want to ignore. He has great speed. I haven't watched a ton of Mikheyev, but from what I've seen when they play the Habs, he's very fast, but he's never been able to really like finish on his like breakaway scoring chances or whatever. If he could find that finish, this card could definitely go up, and with that Vancouver market, it could go up very fast. So if we look at Daily Faceoff's projected lines through training camp, they currently have Kuzmenko projected on the second line with Pettersson and Mikheyev. I don't know how long that sticks. If this is kind of like a sort of thing, if Vancouver gets out to a hot start and Mikheyev is playing well, let's say his card goes up to like $20, maybe sell it off then, because if Vancouver starts to struggle after that, I could see someone like Garland or like Podkolzin taking his spot. I'm just not convinced Mikheyev is a top 6 player, but if he's playing with Elias Pettersson, we cannot ignore that. $5 for a winger with Pettersson. Pettersson could be dishing the pucks off to him, and he could be getting tap-ins or whatever. And so with Mikheyev, I think we're looking at a very like short-term thing. If he's playing in the top 6, pick it up for like $5 before the season starts. And if he gets off to a hot start, maybe in November or December, sell off that card, because I don't think he plays in the top 6 all season. I don't think it lasts. But last season with the Leafs, he was able to notch up 32 points in 53 games. We'll see if he can improve on that with this new team. So coming in at number 1 on our list, this is by far the one I'm the most confident in. It's going to be Oliver Wallstrom from the New York Islanders, currently selling for around $15 Canadian on eBay. That's fair for what he's done so far, but I think a breakout season's coming for Wallstrom. He's been playing decent at the NHL level, but he's been held back by the Barry Trotz style of defense, and he hasn't been given that time to really show his goal-scoring ability like he showed in his draft year. He has a hell of a shot. Goal scoring sells in this hobby. If he could even get to like 30 goals, this card, I could see going up to like $25, $30. On Daily Faceoff, he's projected to be on the third line playing with Anders Lee and Jean-Gabriel Pageau, but those are still not bad players to be playing with. And if you look at the depth chart, they have guys like Zach Parise in front of him. I could see him definitely taking that spot away from Parise, or like Kyle Palmieri. I think he's on the back 9. I definitely think he jumps up into the top 6 soon if he gets off to a hot start. And they don't have him projected to be on the number 1 power play right now, but I definitely think he could get on there because they don't have a ton of like goal scoring weapons outside of like Barzell. They just have a lot of like middle guys like Brock Nelson, Jean-Gabriel Pageau, Anthony Beauvillier. They don't have anyone with Wallstrom's skill set. So I just think with his shot and everything, I think he's going to get more ice time with this new coaching staff. Just know with Oliver Wallstrom, you are betting on the breakout like Rasmus Sandin. Last season, he only had 24 points in 73 games and 13 goals, but that was playing in a mostly bottom 6 role. Like I said, I think he gets top 6 minutes this season. I just think with Wallstrom's skill set and his shot, I think he has 30 goals in him this season. I think he could hit 40 eventually. I don't think it happens this year, but a 40 goal scorer. Look at Jason Robinson. He's currently selling for $35, $40 before the season even starts. If he could get to like a Jason Robertson level, and that's a bit of a stretch to say, but if he could get to that level, that's a huge increase in card value. And I just think Wallstrom has a lot of potential, and they've used a lot of draft capital on him, so they're going to give him more ice time eventually. All right, that's going to be the list. Just before we wrap things up, I just want to say this list was definitely harder to make than the 2022 and 2021 list, just because a lot of the 2020 Young Guns that are good already have like very high values, and I'm not sure how much room they have to grow. Like Cale Makar, Jack Hughes, Nick Suzuki, all those guys, Adam Fox, they're all already pretty high, and I'm not sure how much more room they have to grow. Obviously, if Jack Hughes hits 100 points this season, his card's going to go up, but I don't know how likely that is. I'm trying to find more like lower realistic cards that like beginner collectors could pick up, because you're not going to go out there and buy like 5 Jack Hughes cards and 4 Nick Suzuki's. You could go out and pick up 5 Wallstroms or like 4 Sandins, no problem. But just to spend that much money on like one player as a beginner collector, I just don't think it's realistic. So I tried to do my best with these ones. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know if I'll do this for 2019. Let me know down in the comments if you want me to do the 2019 Young Guns before the season starts. Please consider subscribing if you like what you saw here. Leave the like, helps me out a lot. Comment down below if I missed any or if you hate any of these takes. Let me know down in the comments. I won't be offended. And yeah, guys, take care. Have a good one.